If you're over 30 and you've been watching all these young guys online talking about online businesses with AI and you think you missed the boat, you didn't. In fact, your age might be one of the biggest advantages you have right now, and I want to show you exactly why. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how you can start your own AI receptionist business from scratch, and you don't really need to do any coding or have any technical experience. I'll show you the exact tools you need, how to get your first client, and how to properly package your offer so business owners actually say yes. So just to make sure we're actually on the same page, let's talk about what an AI receptionist actually is. And an AI receptionist is pretty much a software system that answers phone calls. It automatically books appointments in the calendar 24/7 in other CRMs, and it handles customer questions automatically. And like I said, this happens 24 hours every single day, 7 days a week. And it uses AI voice technology to sound like a real human on the phone, like a real person. And it is honestly quite shocking how real they actually sound. The first time I actually heard one, I thought it was a real human talking to me, and I think it's literally so crazy. Let me just quickly show you guys a clip of how it actually sounds.
All right, John, I see that 7 p.m. next Monday is available in Eastern Time. Let me go ahead and get that booked in for you.
Thank you.
Before I finish booking, let me just double check all your info real quick. Name, John. Phone, 954-347-3057. Email, Matthias at
So yeah, essentially it is a full-time receptionist, but it literally costs like half of the price and it never calls in sick. It works 24/7, which is almost a double as a 9 to 5. So here's a real example to actually show you why this actually matters. So let's say a dental office misses around 15 calls a day on a random Tuesday. So for every single call they miss, it is a lost customer. Now that's probably around $300 they're missing out on every single day. And any receptionist catches every single one. And that is potentially around $4,500 in missed revenue every single day. And just imagine you're the person that set that up for them, and you can pretty much think of it as insurance. So for example, let's just say a law firm misses a call, and that call was a potential customer worth $2,500. The AI receptionist is not gonna let that lead slip right through the cracks. Or even if they decide to call after hours, who's there answering the phone? Most likely nobody, right? So that's why an AI receptionist actually has so much value. Now, here's what most people don't tell you, and it is that you don't need to be a programmer or a tech genius, because nowadays there are tools like Make.com, Retail AI, and GoHighLevel, and they all handle the technical side. So AI is genuinely going to be doing most of the work for you. And if you work in sales or customer service, management, or any type of professional setting, you actually understand how businesses work, and that is all you need. You know what it feels like when the phone won't stop ringing, and you know how frustrating it is to actually lose a customer. And I believe that that experience is what's going to make you credible when you actually sit in front of a business owner trying to pitch them your service. And the best clients you can get are established businesses that have been around for more than 10 years. They already have a high volume call, they have trust-proven solutions, and they can easily afford a $500 to $1,500 a month without hesitation. They don't even think about it. And these are people you already know how to talk to. And even if you don't, you can just always learn, right? So now let's actually talk about what you need to learn. There are 3 core tools. We have Retail AI, which is pretty much what powers the AI voice agent. It handles the calls, responds naturally, and it can even transfer to a human if needed. Now, you can also use it to book appointments as well, but it does have some limitations, so that is where Make.com or Edit actually comes in. And these are no-code platforms that allow you to connect everything. They allow you to create automations and things like that, and it helps you book appointments to parallel CRMs that are not integrated with Retail AI. You can also send confirmation texts, and it notifies the business owners automatically. So overall, they just help you with workflows and to give extra functions to the AI receptionist, like for example, rescheduling or canceling a call, which are functions that Retail AI does not natively have. Then we have the CRM basics, and if you don't know what CRM stands for, it just means customer relationship management. So these are common tools like GoHighLevel, HubSpot, or others. And it is a platform where you pretty much track every single lead and every single call, and business owners see all the bookings and all of their follow-ups in one single dashboard. And you can just use Make.com or 8 to actually connect these to whatever CRM or whatever calendar they're using. Or if you want to do it directly from Retail AI, you can just connect it to a Cloud.com account, which is pretty much a scheduling platform, but I'll go over that in another video. So the first thing you want to do is to actually create an AI receptionist demonstration, and you can just use a random business information, and you want to connect it to whatever own number you buy from Retail AI. Now, this is usually done via Twilio, and you want to tweak it until it actually runs smoothly, and it has all of the things you want, all of the functions, and this demonstration becomes the proof. It is what's going to build trust between you and the business owners and can allow you to actually sell to real clients. So once you have the demonstration ready, you just want to know how to package your offer. And it is so simple. Your main goal here is to craft a simple, irresistible offer. Pretty much a no-brainer that they don't really need to think about twice before saying yes. So this formula consists of actually having your niche, which I recommend only choosing one and stick with it, because in the long term, it's just going to be overall more work for you if you do pick different niches. So for example, let's say you want to work with a barbershop, stick with local barbershops. You don't really want to be selling to a dental office and a barbershop in a law firm, because it's just going to be more work for you and it's honestly not worth it. After that, you want to introduce them to a problem they didn't even know they had, so it is pretty much a pain point, and what that solution does for them, the results. And an example of this is pretty much we help dental offices, which will be your niche here, stop losing patients to missed calls. It's going to be your pain point by installing an AI receptionist, your solution that answers 24/7, books appointments automatically, and saves your front desk at least 3 hours a day, right? Now, for pricing, I recommend keeping it between $300 to $600 a month for the first 2 clients. That way you can actually get testimonials and increase your trust overall. And then after you get a few testimonials and you know that this actually works, you can price it all the way from $1,000 to even $2,500 per month. And the reason you can get away with these high prices is because a real human receptionist costs about $3,000 a month, I believe. So anything under that is pretty reasonable for a business owner. Now, of course, obviously, it does matter how much it costs your AI receptionist per minute and how many calls you're getting a day, how long these conversations sound or whatever. So if you want to learn how to price your AI receptionist without losing any money, I actually went over this in my Scroll community. You can just hit the classroom section. And in here, I have different modules like discovery and offer planning, or the legal protection you need to know, like HIPAA compliance, the client onboarding, and the backend setup. We also have a resource hub where you have access to all of my templates and documents that I use, and you have access to a custom price calculator. And not to mention, you're going to be connecting with others doing the same thing. So if you're actually serious about this, it's just going to save you so much time and money. But if you have extra time to spare or you don't really care, that's fine as well. But once you actually have that AI receptionist in place, you can just offer a free trial, and this is going to improve your close rate. And it's going to prevent chargebacks because you're actually going to see if they do need it on their business. So now let's go over how you can actually get your first client. And these are the different outreach methods you have, with the first one being your warm network. Now, this is pretty much all the people you already know. So you can just go ahead and message anyone you know who owns a local business, and then just show them a demonstration of the AI you already built for free. Don't really pitch them or anything, just show them a demonstration. And most of the times, if they do want to work with you, you already have that trust, so they're just going to say yes. Then we have the walk-in or in-person method, which is just visiting the local businesses during slow hours like Tuesday or Thursday to 4 p.m. and ask to speak directly with the decision makers or the owners. Now, this is really important. Now, this is super important. You don't want to push to a receptionist because most of the times you're going to be scared that you're going to replace them or you're going to take their job, which is not really the case here. If anything, you're going to be making their job easier because they can actually focus on different tasks instead of spending time answering multiple phone calls. Then you can just go ahead and call the AI receptionist directly from your phone, show them how it works, how it books appointments in a calendar, and let it speak for itself. So if you think about it, the AI receptionist is going to be selling itself. Then the next method we have is cold emailing. This is super effective in bulk. So you just want to find businesses on Google Maps within your niche. And if they do have reviews mentioning that they have missed calls or they're being hard to reach overall, this is way better for you because you can just show them that and it is a problem that they actually have. And you want to keep these very short, maybe like 3 to 4 lines email, because as a business owner, they're not going to have time to answer that. And it is very important that you personalize the first line. Add something like their business name here. So let's just say business name. I noticed your reviews mention missed calls. I built an AI receptionist that fixes this. Do you want a quick 5-minute demonstration? And the main goal here is to get them on a 5-minute quick call. After that, that brings me to cold calling. Now, I think this is one of the most effective ways to actually get clients. So you want to call during business hours and speak directly with the business owners or the decision makers, like I said. You never, ever, ever want to pitch to the receptionist. And this can be something pretty simple. You can just say something like, hey, I know you're probably busy right now, so I'm going to try to keep this as quick as possible. I help barbershops reduce missed calls and capture more leads using an automated system. If I could show you how this works in like 10 minutes, will you be open to a quick call? So yeah, those are pretty much the 4 outreach methods you can use to get your first client. And it is very important you have the right mindset and the right positioning. So essentially what you're selling them is time saved, revenue recovered, and stress removed. You're not selling the AI receptionist itself because business owners, especially if they're over 40, they don't really care what AI model it uses. They don't care about how it sounds. What they care about is the results, what you can do for them, and how it makes their life easier. And since you stayed until the end of the video, I want to give you a quick tip, which is pretty much to not say the word AI. Now, I know I mentioned AI a lot in this video, but AI sometimes is a trigger word for business owners. If they don't have AI implemented into their business, it's because they most likely don't trust it. So you can just say something like automated receptionist system or 24/7 call handling to avoid those words, right? So again, if you're over 30, don't think that your age is a weakness because it's really not. Your age and your life experience is an asset and you understand how real businesses work. So now the main goal for week number 1 is to actually build your demonstration, get it to sound right, have the correct functions. I have other videos showing exactly how you can build any AI receptionist. Then on the second week, your main goal should be to showing it to as many people as possible. And lastly, the first month, your main goal should be to actually get a testimonial, a $500 plus client every single month. If you got any value to this video, just go ahead and like and subscribe because I'm going to be posting videos like these every single week.